this week, I'm in front of a group of people talking about something that I know quite a bit about, and I love being in front of people. That's a big part of why I do this podcast, is because I enjoy it. But it's even better being in front of people live, because I've got a chance to see their responses. I've got a chance to get their wisdom, because people know so much, and it's so fun to draw that out of them. Anyway, the more that I talked about this subject and the more that we got into it, the more I was in a groove and the better I felt. So the takeaway from this is that even though a lot of the time it's tough to be yourself, especially when you've got a whole lot of work, once you start getting into something that you're really good at, once you start sharing it with somebody else, you start feeling a whole lot better. That's what we're going to talk about today. Welcome back to the first 2026 episode of The Next. I've been gone for a little while, but in case you're new here, I'm your host, Rob Grant. And the reason that I put this thing together is to empower and to help people to get to the next level, to feel great about themselves, and to have the impact in their lives and their work that they want to have. I will tell you that this has been a journey for me. It's a journey I'm still in the midst of, and one of the joys of this is doing it together. So, the problem that I run into, and I imagine you, if you're a high performer trying to get things done and just kind of feeling the gears grinding in your life a lot, is that you kind of get stuck in your own head. You get stuck in your own routine. So, you're working. You might have a flash of brilliance here or there, but you're so busy living life and trying to do the things that you need to do. If you're searching for work, that's a full-time job of its own. All of these things cause you to get into a routine. And before you know it, that creative part of yourself and what makes you vibrantly you isn't there anymore, because you are so consumed with what's going on right now, what this looks like, what the next thing is I have to do, and this is the life that I have to live to accomplish what I need to accomplish to take care of myself and the people who depend on me. So one of the crummy things about this is that your great ideas never really have a chance to form. Your brilliance gets dulled, and then opportunities slip by. So if that's at work, it might be an opportunity for some kind of promotion or a role that you feel like you'd enjoy, or something that you'd like to move and grow into. If you're looking for work, it can cause you not to show up the way that you want to in an interview, and then you don't present yourself as your best self, and maybe you get passed over by somebody because somebody else is able to present themselves this way. So there's a real danger here to getting stuck in this. And I am not immune to this. I put together an outline for these podcasts. I really have to think so that I can show up as hopefully some semblance of my best self here. But the cool thing is, when you start talking within a group of people and you start sharing something that you know about really well, it kind of forces clarity. You don't have it. This is just a fact, right? If you Let's do this. If you get pulled over by a police officer for something that you are certain that you didn't do, and they're semi-convinced that you did do it, and you're trying to help them understand the chain of events that's happened up to this point that proves you didn't do it, your focus is not on anything else. I mean, there could have been 100 other things going on. The kids in the backseat, yelling about something. You need to get to the store to accomplish whatever else. Like, you're thinking about the roughness of, if you're searching for a job, like I gotta find work. In that moment, you cannot think of anything else. Now, I used a negative example here, but I think most of us have probably been pulled over at some point or other, and it does not matter how good it is or how great the officer is. It's just never a fun experience. I was talking with a friend about this yesterday. Like, it doesn't have to be bad, right? But it's never really good. It never feels good to get pulled over. But they're saying, hey, you did this thing, when you're going, oh, man, that's not possible. I was paying attention. Here was this. Your brain is completely focused on that task. And for those moments, you're actually able to laser focus on one thing and to make, how should I say it, extraordinary progress. Well, the same thing happens when you're talking about something that you know really well to something else and that you really believe in. So as you're talking, it requires you at least to some degree to organize your thinking. This is the main point, and here are the sub points that support that. Here's how you actually make it happen. It also reveals gaps, which can be fun, right? Somebody asks you a question about something and you realize you don't know the answer to that. Well, the great news is we've got these. So we've got a way of looking those things up and then adding that to the knowledge we have. So we get smarter and we can learn. That is really, really fun to get even better at something that you're already good at. And it also shows humility to the people that you're serving. Hey, I don't know everything. I know a lot, but I don't know all of it. So thank you for challenging me with this, because now we both get better at it. And as a result of that, it deepens your mastery, which feels good, right? You feel good because you know you're able to do something that has benefit for somebody else. If they ask you something that you don't know the answer to or you haven't thought about before, you either can work it out based on the knowledge that you have, or you can get more knowledge so that you're even better at it and you're still helping them. And as you do this, every single time, repetition makes a difference. If you do something with excellence over and over again, that is the definition, the practical definition of mastery, being able to do something well again and again and again, at the highest level. So coming back to the session that I had the other day, I've delivered this content a whole bunch of times, but it's a little bit different each time because I don't have to look at the page. I know these things. So I've got slides, yes, and I'll go over this and this and this, but I'm not reading off the slides. I'm talking about practically how it looks in the real world. And the most fun part is I'm asking questions and I'm getting input from the folks that I'm serving in that session, because they've got great knowledge about these things too. And I'm able to show them how they actually know more than they thought they did and to help them make connections they didn't have before. This feels amazing. And guess what? While I'm doing this, I'm not thinking about the other projects I need to get done after this. I'm not thinking about any stresses at home. I'm not thinking about, I don't know, the fact that my Tron Ares Steelbook from Amazon got delayed and isn't showing up till next Monday, even though I ordered it, over a month ago and they said it was coming yesterday. So yes, I'm not thinking about those things because I'm fully absorbed in it. So practically, here's what I'm going to encourage you to do. This is kind of your 5-ish step process. Really, there's 3 main ones to get this thing going. And the first one is the easiest thing that you can do all by yourself. So this can be tough, but go for a walk. Don't listen to me. You might listen to music if it really inspires you as you're walking, but do your best. Don't listen to anything. Go for a walk and force yourself not to pay attention to your phone or to anything else. And just think about something that you know really well, or pretty darn well, better than the average bear. If your friends were to ask you for advice on this thing, you would be the person they would go to because they know that you know it better than anybody else that they know. So once you've accomplished that, find some kind of audience. Now, this is the cool part. An audience of 1 is fine. You can call your mom if you want. You can call your best friend. In a pinch, you can call your cat or dog. But take the time to make a little presentation. It could be 5 minutes to talk about this thing in a way that connects knowledge that you have with something out in the practical world, right? So say I want to learn, trying to think of something that's more practical. For some reason, knitting is coming to mind, but I don't know anything about knitting. That makes it harder. Okay, so thinking about installing an app on an iPhone, something like that, right? So the way that you do it is, so let's compare this to real life, all right? This helps people learn. If I go to the grocery store, I need a bag of apples, right? Well, the bag of apples, oh, that's good, is the app. And then if you install it on the Apple device, it's Appception. Appleception? Anyway, so when I need this thing, this app, I go to the place that sells apps and I buy the app, or I download, in this case, the app, okay? Once I've got that, I bring it home and I install it in my refrigerator or in my body, right? So then once I've got that, maybe I'll go with refrigerator. Once I install it in my refrigerator, see, this is me doing this in real time with something I guess I know pretty well. So anyway, install the apples in my refrigerator. Now when I want to use those apples, they're already there in my refrigerator. I don't have to go back and find them anymore. Now I might customize these apples somehow by, say, washing them or slicing them or something like that. So that is the same thing as setting your settings within the app. All right. So once I've got it, this is how it works. So thank you for your patience with my lame off the cuff example, but there it is. Connect it with the real world. Hey, this is how you can help that really get to your audience in a way that they go, oh my gosh, I understand that now. You're a great teacher. And what you're after is, oh my gosh, I really get it. That's how you know you've nailed this. Okay, so you have to say it out loud. If you're just talking to your dog, even if you're sharing it with a friend, I encourage you, record it so that you can watch yourself. You will hate doing it, but it's worth it. This is a way that you can iterate and gain even more mastery in this thing. So you don't have to edit, just say it out loud, especially if you do it on your own or with your dog. Just let it flow out. Then once you're done, take a look. Notice where the gaps were. I'm sure if I look over this thing about my Apple explanation, I could probably find some things that would make it better. Wouldn't be hard. But notice those gaps. Figure out, oh golly, if I was brand new to this, what would I ask? Show it to your friends, another friend who wasn't there. See what kind of questions they would have. And then find out what insights come out of it. You know, watch yourself. Say, dang, I did a really good job. That's really cool. I want to remember to say it that way again. Those things will make you feel even better about what's already awesome about you. And then do it again. Find another friend or another pet. You know. So anyhow, find an opportunity to do this. Come up with something that you really know well. Put together a presentation for it. That's all kind of step one. All right. Share it with somebody. It's got to be out loud, so that's the same thing. And then reflect on it, record it so that you can reflect on it, watch it, see what you could do even better, see what was really good, where the gaps were, what the questions are, and then try it again. Make it even better, try it again. So this is how these things can improve. So you can kind of see, this is the kind of before and after. I would not have thought of, until just a minute ago when I started doing this thing in real time for you, I would not have thought of using the analogy of going to the grocery store and buying apples as a good analogy for installing an app on your phone and using an app on your phone. But now that I have, it's pretty good. Now that I've done it once, if I were to record this episode again and I did that, I would actually be better just because I've already made those connections. That's where the joy comes in. Now, this is another caution I'm going to give you. Don't overthink this. Don't plan to plan. Getting ready to do the thing is not doing the thing. I've got a good friend who said that. There's a whole lot of things. If you're going running, you want to become a runner. Buying the shoes is not doing the thing. Setting the appointment is not doing the thing. Buying the right gear is not doing the thing. Watching a video on doing the thing is not doing the thing. Doing the thing is doing the thing. So it's easy to overthink this. Don't let that happen. You're going to lose it if you don't just get after it and do it right now. Kind of like I did. It took me whatever. You saw my gears, the loading screen kind of going there when I was trying to think of something to share with you. Okay, you won't have that, and you won't be in front of an audience, probably. So this will help. But you'll come up with something. Go with it then. Don't worry about getting super good on your structure, but you need to know exactly what you want the outcome to be. Here's what I want people to know when it's done. In my case, it was I want them to know how to install an app on their phone and where they can find it again to use it later and change their settings. Okay, great. So once you've got those, you're good. Now, this is the tough part. If you get feedback, if you've got a friend who's good enough to you, because this is a hard thing to do, they're good enough to you to give you feedback on your performance, take it. They are showing you how to get even better. Unless it's some kind of, turd nugget who hates everything, in which case take their advice with a grain of salt. Typically, though, you can learn even from cynical turd nugget people. Just be careful. But don't get defensive. That's a dumb way to say it. Take this as it is, a blessing that somebody would share with you how you can do even better, because then it'll be even better for the next people. And you're going to feel great because you've gotten better at this thing. So, this is my challenge to you. Again, pick one thing that you know really well, talk about it with somebody this week, and then watch your understanding get even better and feel that sensation of taking action on a thing and being good at it. You don't have to do this in front of a group. You don't have to be like me and like being in front of people, but just talking about something that you're into can be the thing that breaks you out of the funk, and it will open mental pathways that you never even knew about. So That's really important when you're in the midst of a whole lot of stress and you're having a hard time being yourself, and maybe you don't even remember who that person is anymore. All right, so clarity isn't something that you find by thinking alone. A lot of times it comes from saying it out loud or writing it out, and sharing it with somebody else just solidifies those things and helps you stress test what you believe to be true. So you already know more than you think. The most important thing is to share it, and clarity will continue to come, and you will feel more empowered to be the awesome you that you were created to be. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so excited to be back with you this year. I'm looking forward to sharing some more episodes on some neat things. If there's a topic that you'd like to talk about, or shoot, maybe you feel like you've got something really good to share, that it would be worth us having a conversation about doing a podcast episode together, then get at me. Leave me a comment. Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited for what you're going to accomplish. Go be awesome. I'll see you soon.